Thanks, Ashley. The renowned Miss America pageant was held over the summer in Atlantic City, and our Miss California is none other than Mackenzie Freed, a CBU summa cum laude graduate from the class of 2017. She stopped by our studio this past week and told us about her experience.
Miss America was so different than anything that I have ever experienced, and I think that was something that made it really special for myself and for all of the other state title holders, because we were very much so on an even playing field. None of us had any idea what was going on, so we really bonded over the fact that we were there literally living out our childhood dreams and getting to have this experience that so few women have ever gotten to have.
Your reaction when you won Miss California was priceless. I loved it.
Miss Treasure Island,
Mackenzie Freed.
So, competing 4 times was always something I wanted to do. Everybody goes to Miss California because you want to win, right? You wouldn't compete, you wouldn't put in the time, and you wouldn't put in the effort if you didn't want to win and feel like you could. But just because you want to and you think that you are capable doesn't mean you think that it'll actually happen, and then it does. And I had no idea how to process that in my brain. And I remember thinking when they called my name that when you're watching a movie and there's an explosion and you know how the screen goes quiet, but you can hear like this ringing and like muffled sounds of, you know, screaming or whatever is going on. That's exactly how I felt.
You've won Miss California, you've gone to Miss America, you've experienced it all. What's next for you?
I will be heading to law school, hopefully in the fall of 2019. And I have to say that I have always known that I wanted to be an attorney, but without the help of the professors that were here at California Baptist University, I don't think I would be as well set up to do that. So I originally came into CBU as just a communication major. I didn't really think that I needed anything else. I knew I didn't want to do politics, so I didn't want to do political science, and I thought communication was going to be a good general thing because attorneys talk a lot, they do a lot of research, they speak in public, they write a lot of speeches, if you will. And then I remember one of my very first courses, my freshman year, the head of the philosophy department was the teacher. And we all, as you do your first day of class, you go around the circle, you introduce yourself, say, you know, what your major is, especially in gen ed, what your major is and what you want to do with it when you grow up. And when I told him that I wanted to be an attorney, he said, oh, okay, well, we need to have a talk. So he invited me into his office and he laid out the entire philosophy program for me and said, I went to law school, I have my law degree, this is going to help you.
What would you tell the girls here at CBU who, you know, are double majors or just trying to get through college, who maybe are also aspiring Miss California? So
never stop dreaming. Because, like I said, you never think that it will actually happen because you're trying to be as realistic as possible. And in reality, I mean, any of the top 7 that were standing up there with me at Miss California would have made a fantastic Miss California. And it just so happened that that was my moment. But that wouldn't have been my moment if I hadn't competed in the years prior. So despite the fact that you may have setbacks, I will not call them failures, I will call them setbacks. You may have setbacks on the road to reach your dreams, but please don't ever give up because you will make it happen. So my platform is called From Classroom to Boardroom, Overcoming Workplace Bias, and it's really just about educating women of all ages about the obstacles that they are going to face when they enter the workforce and actually giving them practical tips and tools in order to navigate that. It's really interesting. When you have a crown, everybody wants to talk to you, which would not be the case if you didn't have it. And especially, you know, being a young woman, I'm sure you can relate that so many people underestimate you in a way. But when you have the name of the Miss California organization, or you have the banner, you have the crown, people stand up and take notice. And it's given me a lot of opportunities that I wouldn't have had otherwise to speak this important message to so many women across the state of California.